turned into the
Yeah.
GIS mapping so that the departments are fully aware of what things are.
Well, they may have the technology right there already. I really don't know. Because Reading's had it for a long time. They just put a card in and boom, it shows all the hydrants and
Yeah.
exactly where they are.
Question to ask. Anything else on the hydrants? What else?
Just an update on the police station project. The installation of the leaching system is progressing, and this is anticipation of the reopening of Park Street by the end of the week. I understand that the septic system did pass the pressure test, and this is actually the leaching system. That was required by the Board of Health before the location could be backfilled. The project schedule, just to renew it with the board, assumes that there will be a base coat of pavement that will be put down no later than this Thursday, and the temporary tents will be dismantled on Friday. Once those actions are done, the temporary road detour can be removed by the DPW, assuming that there are no unforeseen last-minute problems. One of the items that I'm aware of in speaking with the building maintenance department today is that they just need to confirm, because of the weight of the fire vehicles, what the necessary time is for the new pavement to cure before these heavyweight vehicles can drive on it. And that's an item that I don't know right now. You also did receive in the packet a copy of the updated police station project budget. And you'll note that the contingency amount, if pending and approved contractor claims are allowed, will be significantly depleted. So I just wanted to mention those two things. And again, that assumes that 100% of the contractor claims, in fact, are approved. And generally, that is not the case, but that's what I've done in terms of providing you with that estimate. Questions?
I saw an email earlier today from Kevin, who mentioned something about some mesh that needed to be put down to add support.
Correct.
And that, was that obtained?
Yes.
So-
It was obtained and it was being installed for the other board members. Typically, when the ladder truck is stationed in an area and they use the outriggers, those outriggers carry a large weight, and so typically the septic system is designed based upon the axle weight of a fire vehicle. And these pads are considerably more than the axle weight of the vehicle, so that there needed to be some modifications done to the front of the station where they will be paving, where they'll put something in that will be able to accommodate the ladder truck being in front of the building and having the ladder up and the riggers up to the side. So that's being done as we speak.
So it's down on the wire.
Getting there? Yeah.
And,
Jim,
yes,
just a question on the, I mean, it seems like a very aggressive time frame. They're gonna check tomorrow to see whether there'll be sufficient curing for that to happen.
Well, there's some things that can be done that can accelerate that process. If the asphalt is sprayed down, then the cooling effects of the water will allow the pavement to cure. So the question is whether that's something that needs to be done. And if it is, then in fact the town will go ahead and do that. We just need to confirm that that's the case.
it would seem to me that the one thing that, if they're just rolling the vehicles in and out, it's not like parking.
I mean, we wanna make sure that it's acceptable before we go and do it. That's the only thing. I know we're committed to taking down, reopening that route, but you don't wanna run all that work either.
Well, I think that, at least from my viewpoint, the road has to open. And there ought to be a plan B associated with if something goes wrong and they can't get the trucks into the garage at the time the road's open, that they've got to have an alternate location, even if it's a daytime location. I close the road off in the evening
Yeah.
for the couple of days that you might have to wait. But I mean, they're working hard to
Yeah.
just bring it all together.
I know.
But there's no room for margin of error now.
No, there isn't, that's my point, though. I mean, but you wouldn't wanna, just in order to get the road open, you wouldn't wanna ruin that pavement. I mean, that'd be a huge cost.
If-
I think.
We have to look at worst case in terms of the pavement, not, we mentioned the vehicles simply rolling in and out of the building, well, we have to assume that there'll be a major call and they're gonna have to get out of there awfully quick, and
Sure.
so we need to plan for the worst case, which is,
Absolutely.
those efforts are ongoing. And again, progress, at least,
Well, we could buy a day if we had to buy a day, I mean, a day or so, right? I know you wanna get the road.
Well, I mean, it's a case of, think about opening day at school. Although, I suppose that, the target for the end of this weekend is related to the teachers.
Right, so we have a few days for the school.
right.
But let's see what the answer is, I mean,
Just keep the heat on
let's not
everybody,
be-
please.
yeah.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
In relation to the contingency estimate being significantly reduced to a very small amount, and again, looking at the numbers that I spoke with you today a little bit, I'm still unable to discern, I mean, are there other areas here where we've been able to realize any cost savings? Or are we on target with our expenditures and budget in relation to all the other aspects of the project? I mean, we're spending money out of contingency because some areas went over.
The question would be to ask, to take a look at the budget that they put for facilitating the building, furniture and all the
Right.
equipment. And that was tight to begin with because
The whole thing was taken, we spent all
Right.
around.
they were hoping to have some leftover contingency money to put back some of the things that they had to take out.
There's about $55,000 remaining in the furniture and equipment account, as I look at the report. We've been
What
covering.
about the communications? That was, they probably haven't spent that money.
No, that's the technology piece, but the furniture and equipment piece has been committed of $299,583. And so there is an amount.
You know, I mean, we're obviously into the project, there's still a way to go.
I've asked a question associated with the surprise, the contingency was to cover some of the surprises, right? And additional depth and fill of the septic system, was above and beyond what was planned. The reconstruction of the concrete foundation in the rear was not in the plan. They ran into some issues associated with abatements early on that were above and beyond what was planned.
What do you mean by abatement?
The asbestos and that kind of stuff.
What was it, what above and beyond?
I think so. There were a couple of things that came up. I don't think there were big dollar amounts, but I do recall building committee discussing, it was quite a while ago, Steve.
No, I'm just,
First
you know,
time.
you've got close to $200,000 in contingency funds having been used. And, I realize that,
Relocating.
Kevin on site, which is a great thing for us. And all that gets run through him as far as.
And the building committee, too.
And the building.
I mean, they have to approve.
No, I understand, but, yeah.
TA.
I do. Chief, could we get just a recap of the use of the contingency? Just to identify, but obviously there's a level of concern, when you're at this stage of the game and so much further to go, not much room for error. And we went back to people looking for more money because we didn't want to cut out communications and furniture equipment, all that other sort of stuff. So it's, shortchange this. From the tail end, of those are the things that get shortchanged.
Well, as I said, when I asked the question, the surprise level is, they're pretty comfortable now. They're in the stage of building versus exploring and coming up with issues that they should be all exposed at this point.
So,
Yeah,
I'll give
I'd
you a
like to
recap.
see a detailed list.
I'll give you a
we
recap.
can detail this and then,
Sure.
and again, I don't want to hold the architect's plate at this point as far as the structural thing, as far as the rear of the building, than anticipated.
They just dug up and poured it into the foundation.
But I would assume that there was an assessment done as to what was there, as to whether or not you could utilize it, or what.
There was no, my understanding was there was no rebar in it, it was
unrained-
structurally unsound.
Didn't meet code. Unreinforced masonry walls. Okay.
And
I'll get you.
Unknown,
Right.
Okay.
Well, let's find out.
I'll get you a recap.
Absolutely.
Okay. Moving on, just an update on the town's open space and recreation plan. You'll recall that $25,000 was approved at the April town meeting. It's one of the items that is critical in terms of securing state grant funds for land acquisition. And the RFP is complete. I've reviewed it and I've approved it. Vendor proposals will be due to the town on September 14th. The Recreation Department is anticipating that the plan will be finalized and be ready to be submitted for state approval on or about December 21st. And just to not shortchange it, there's a series of public hearings and public meetings that are required as part of that process. I've given you the start date and the end date. There are many other steps that are necessary in between. So just an update in terms of progress of an item that was approved at town meeting. The other update is number 6, which is the work ongoing with the Damon Tavern. As you know, one of the critical issues was to stop the water infiltration into the building, and there was waterproofing work done on the chimney and replacement of some damaged exterior wood in the rear of the building by the rear entry. In addition, the town has put out a bid specification for exterior painting. Contractors are providing us with proposals on August 30th. And the completion date for the project, the exterior painting project, will be no later than mid-October, and that's final completion. So we're moving on. Again, public bid laws make it a little bit more difficult in terms of getting something put together, rather than just calling a contractor and saying we need a price quote to put together all the details, including the contracts and such. So that is out on the street as we speak right now.
what about the floor in the basement? Last I heard, it was gonna be coated or covered.
I've actually talked to the building supervisor, and he's in the process of getting some quotes to cover the floor in the basement. I have not received those yet, but that is a project that is very much the next thing to do after we complete the exterior painting.
And is that gonna come out of the revolving fund? Is there enough funds to do the painting and the,
We will have to assess and see where the funds stand after we get the bids in. Depends on the amount of the bids for the exterior painting. And number 7, just a report on the fiscal '08 budget cycle. The finance department and I have begun our efforts in the budget planning cycle. I'm suggesting, and Mr. Chairman, I run this by